What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Zubimendi recently gave a detailed interview explaining his thinking behind rejecting Liverpool last summer, and he hinted that he would like to go to the Premier League to sign for a big Premier League club. So we will discuss all the details in the interview, and we will of course discuss Manchester City's latest loss yesterday and the wider picture of the title race, and we will preview the Tottenham Liverpool game. So today is massive in the title race because Chelsea go to Everton before Liverpool go to Tottenham. These two results could shape the title race further, and Liverpool must win against Tottenham, because if we don't, then a blip becomes a slump, and we don't want that to happen. So let me know your score predictions down below and predict the goal scorers as well. My prediction is a hard-fought 3-2 or 2-1 Liverpool win. And Zubimendi recently gave a detailed interview in El Diario Vasco that he's not completely closed on a possible transfer, a possible departure in the near future. He also opened up on the situation during the summer. He said, "I went on vacation and Liverpool's approach caught me by surprise. It wasn't something I had planned. I reacted when the situation arose. It was an uncomfortable time for me, but I weighed the pros and cons and concluded that the best option for me was to stay. I don't believe in once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. If you are good and if you want to achieve something, it will come to you. There's no need to rush. I looked at my personal progression, who I am, and the club's project. I stayed because I knew this season would be important for me in this team, and I still had steps to take. It wasn't that hard of a decision. There were many reasons for my decision, but I was selfish and I thought about what was best for me, and that was staying." Maybe Zubimendi thought he's not ready to be a starter for Liverpool. I think he definitely was ready, but that's actually Liverpool's gain that we didn't sign Real Sociedad midfielder Zubimendi, weirdly, because that gave Gravenberch the platform to become a regular starter on the Arne Slot. And what a transformation it has been. Gravenberch has been absolute world class for Liverpool this season, but Zubimendi definitely is changing his mind and he's open to a move either in the January or in the summer transfer window. Zubimendi said, "It didn't even occur to me to read anything. It's just that, look, they were difficult days. I didn't go out much. I didn't talk much to people. I isolated myself a little from everything. I didn't want to be contaminated. I wanted to not be influenced by other people and other circumstances. I wanted the decision to be mine alone. I don't think about the last train or things like that. If you are good and if you really want those things, in the end they will come to you. That's not just there is not just one option in life. It depends on how you look at it. There's quite a lot. I think I have years ahead of me. I'm happy with the contract I have, so we haven't talked about anything else. Each one also looks at their personal progress a little because of who I am, the project, the importance I was going to have this year. I think that I still had steps to take at Real Sociedad. Yes, there are many variables that come into the equation, this big decision, but the main one was selfishly thinking what was best for me," Zubimendi said. "It is true that there are those thoughts, but I tell you that I tried to be as selfish as possible, thinking about myself first and foremost, and the best thing was to stay." But The Athletic and David Ornstein, a very reliable journalist in particular, claims that Zubimendi is beginning to realize that his ambitions may require a move away from Real Sociedad, because I'm sure after Zubimendi won the Euros, one of the biggest trophies in international football, he wants to taste that success of winning a major trophy in club football. But he has almost zero chance of doing that at Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad are not going to win La Liga in probably the next 10 years. They won't win the Champions League. They might win the Europa League, but they need to get majorly lucky in that because they are not the strongest team in that competition. They might win the Copa del Rey as well, but I don't think Zubimendi is really after those trophies. He wants to win a La Liga title, he wants to win the Champions League, and at Liverpool he could win the Premier League and he could win the Champions League. And why not sign for Liverpool in January? Because if Liverpool sense that there is interest from Zubimendi to go to Liverpool, we can easily pay his release clause in January and pay the 60 million euros, which is 50 million pounds, and Zubimendi could help take Liverpool over the line in the Premier League title race and in the Champions League. And multiple well-praised sources believe that Martin Zubimendi is now coming to terms with the idea of leaving Real Sociedad, and he anticipates that happening next summer. Some around the situation are less sure. They think in the end Zubimendi will change his mind and ultimately stay, as we have seen before, but most recent conversations suggest things are different on this occasion, and that with time for him and Real Sociedad to prepare for the exit of Zubimendi rather than rush a decision, he will depart, because then Real Sociedad can properly sign a replacement for him. The problem in the summer was Zubimendi felt that he will leave the club very short, because they already lost Mikel Merino to Arsenal, Lenormand to Atletico Madrid. So if they were to sign Zubimendi, then Real Sociedad would have potentially collapsed even more. And Real Sociedad at the moment are in the 7th place in La Liga, but they are already 11 points behind 4th place Athletic Bilbao. Yes, with a game in hand, but still, that's why I said Real Sociedad are not even going to qualify for the Champions League, because they are so far away. And actually, with Barcelona losing 2 of their last 2 games and also losing 3 of their last 5 in the league, the title race is pretty open. Atletico Madrid are on an absolute killing winning streak, 13 wins in a row, and the way Atletico Madrid beat Barcelona was absolutely astonishing. Last night I watched the game. My wife is a Barcelona fan, so I watched the game with her, and Barcelona missed countless chances, and then Atletico countered in the 95th minute to win the game. And Real Madrid and even Athletic Bilbao are kind of outsiders in the title race. Bilbao are very consistent this season, and I hope they make the Champions League, because they are absolutely a fantastic club with a great history and tradition of signing just Basque players. But Real Sociedad are really struggling. Only scored 16 goals in 18 games. So yeah, the Real Sociedad are not a club where Zubimendi will win major trophies. And some Liverpool fans are still waiting for Liverpool to properly replace Fabinho with a solid defensive midfielder. But Arne Slot's system doesn't necessarily require that. Arne Slot's system is perfect for the likes of McAllister and Gravenberch and even Curtis Jones, who can play defensively and offensively as well, a kind of box-to-box midfielders who can roam around, interchange positions. But I think definitely Zubimendi would help Liverpool in times like this, when Konate is injured or Van Dijk is missing. Then Zubimendi could protect the back four a lot more. Look at what is happening at Manchester City when they don't have a dynamic, really robust defensive midfielder in their team. And I think we need a long-term replacement for Endo as well, because Arne Slot doesn't really fancy Endo that much. He doesn't use him as much, and Zubimendi would definitely help ease the burden on Gravenberch and Jones and McAllister. Already Gravenberch has played more minutes than in his whole season on average does, so definitely we need more numbers in the holding midfielder role. The most likely scenario is Liverpool signs Zubimendi next summer, and of course there is a lot of uncertainty at Manchester City with the verdict looming over the 130 charges. So if Man City get relegated or heavily punished, then that could be another advantage for Liverpool, who are a much more stable club. But Zubimendi is going to weigh up his options, and Arsenal could also try to sign him, and he has his fellow former teammate Mikel Merino at Arsenal, but Arsenal are struggling a little bit this season. Liverpool are a much more stable project going forward. Of course, Zubimendi is just 25 years old, so he has had plenty of time to explore his opportunities abroad. And his comments about not believing in once-in-a-lifetime chances suggest that he keeps the door open for future moves. If another chance comes for Zubimendi to join a big club in a big league, then he will take it. That's what I'm reading between the lines about Zubimendi's interview. And you kind of have to respect Zubimendi's loyalty and also his patience with, prioritizing development over instant rewards. Because he could have gone to Liverpool and tripled his salary, but he chose loyalty and he chose development over instant reward. And that's a smart move, and Zubimendi believes in himself as much that he thinks if I have a good season at Real Sociedad, those opportunities will come along once again. And let me know, guys, what do you think Liverpool should do in the January transfer window? I think we need a left back, maybe more than a defensive midfielder, because with Ento being reintegrated into the squad, I think we have enough numbers in the defensive midfield role. But at left back, with Robertson struggling for form and Tsimikas struggling for fitness, Liverpool could do with a new signing. And Richard Hughes should have a January transfer priority according to Jamie Carragher, and he said left back is definitely an area that Liverpool should be looking to strengthen in January. Andy Robertson needs help, he's a Liverpool legend, he has won a lot, but certainly with the amount of games he has played, playing in a Jurgen Klopp team, constantly running up and down that wing for 5 or 6 years, he needs a bit of help in that position. So I definitely think that is the one area that Liverpool should be looking to address in January. Obviously, Richard Hughes must know Milos Kerkez, the former AZ Alkmaar and AC Milan left back who is currently playing for Bournemouth. So Richard Hughes must know him really well and he really likes him, Carragher said. I'm sure he will allow his contract situation, he will know his contract situation, seeing as how he probably did the contract for him, because Richard Hughes weirdly signed Kerkez when he was the Bournemouth sporting director, so he must be a big fan of him. And hopefully after Liverpool extend the contracts of Salah, Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold, that's the dream scenario. Hopefully in the January transfer window we can focus on giving Arne Slot the best possible chance to win the title and to help him by boosting his squad with a big January transfer. I think that would go a long way in helping Liverpool win the title, because even though a lot of people claimed Liverpool are massive favourites, the title race is far from over. The last 2 results for Liverpool showed it. You can easily drop 4 points without losing a game. Just 2 draws and the gap is down to 2 points now, but Liverpool have a game in hand. But yeah, if Chelsea win and Liverpool don't win against Tottenham, then it will be mightily close, this title race. Arsenal won emphatically at Crystal Palace 5-1, but Arsenal don't really worry me because Saka also got a serious hamstring injury. It looks like he could be out for maybe weeks, maybe months, we don't know. And Saka is Arsenal's best player, their top goal scorer. Gabriel Jesus is similar to Darwin Núñez, that he has a purple patch of going 10 to 12 games with a lot of goals and assists, and then he has another dry spell of 2 or 3 months. So Gabriel Jesus hit form for Arsenal at the right time, but who knows how long that will last. Arsenal will go on a winning run because they are too good of a team not to. Liverpool's main focus should be just concentrate on ourselves and try to win our games, starting with Tottenham. That is going to be a brutally tough game. And Man City lost again to Aston Villa. I'm absolutely loving this Man City downfall, and not even Liverpool in their worst periods have gone with a streak of 9 losses in 12 games. That is the worst run for Manchester City and Guardiola's worst run since he became manager. And you can see the other clubs. I mean, Chelsea had a run like this in 2023, but Tottenham, even Tottenham, who are absolute perennial butlers, their last run like this was in 1997. But Liverpool, the last time Liverpool went 9 losses in 12 games was 1954. That's absolutely incredible. My parents weren't even born at that time. My grandparents were like young adults or kids at that time. Absolute crazy. My parents weren't even born the last time Liverpool have lost 9 of their 12 games in all competitions, and we are witnessing history in the making for Manchester City. And more people should be talking about Pep Guardiola getting sacked, because this run, if it was at any other club, people would be questioning the manager all day long. Man United's last run like this was in 1961 and Arsenal's in 1977. That just shows how unprecedented of a run this is. And I have been just reveling in this picture, smiling at it, looking at it this morning. Absolutely glorious. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Come on Liverpool, let's win against Tottenham. See you later guys. Goodbye.